Hi, I'm James,
And I'm Colin,
and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Retro.
and today we're doing a Do You Remember, and it's a PlayStation Original Special. And we've got three things we're going to ask you whether you remember them or not. And the first thing we're going to ask about, James, is do you remember the Dinosaur Tech demo?
No, I honestly don't.
Now, this was hidden away on Demo Disc 1 that was went out with all the PlayStations when they were first released. So you got one in your box with your original PlayStation. And so let's take a look. So this is the Demo 1 screen when it's loaded, and you had several things on the demo. There's some games, a video CD thing, which is like a musical sort of light show when you put a CD in. There's some preview games you could have a look at, and the tech demos. In the games you had Wipeout, and there was Loaded, Total NBA, that was a game I had, I enjoyed that.
Remember Destruction Derby, that was great fun.
Destruction Derby is another good game.
And Battle Arena Toshinden, that was one of the first PlayStation games.
So there's lots of demos that you could actually play there. These ones were just videos. Again, it's Tekken, Warhawk, Twisted Metal, Rapid Reload, Ridge Racer, Classic, and Jumping Flash. So those are just Starblade. There was sort of basically just videos you could watch those. But what we really want to talk about is this tech demo of the dinosaur and see whether you remember this. If you remember this, leave a comment. This is what really made me want to buy a PlayStation 1. This dinosaur was everywhere back in the day. It was in the magazines. It was on all the tech shows and the computer game shows. And if you went into like Comet or Dixon's here in the UK, the electrical stores, they had them on this playing as a demo to show you what the PlayStation could do.
So what does what kind of things can you do then with this demo?
Well, it was sort of like, it was a little bit interactive. It was sort of like a puppet, so you can move him around. As you see, I'm moving him sort of left and right. You can spin him right the way round. It was very smooth for back in the time. And going from a Mega Drive or a SNES and seeing something like this, you could open his mouth, if I remember rightly, like that. And so he's roaring. You could grimace his teeth. Just try that from the slide. That thing is showing his teeth. And so it was just like a little sort of puppet. You could move him around. But it just back in the day, I remember it really blew me away. The power of the graphics on this, and just looked really good.
Kind of a glimpse of what was coming for PlayStation gaming.
It was, yeah. I don't know whether he actually had a name or not.
No? What, do you want to name him?
Well, we could do, yeah. I don't know, called him Dino or something a bit more original, Fred. I don't know. So if anyone knows whether he had a name, perhaps in the comments box leave a comment. But yeah, so that's the Dinosaur Tech demo. That really is good.
So there's no background or anything, it's just constantly walking.
Yeah.
And you can spin the camera and move his head.
Yeah, I mean, it only kept you like entertained for a little while, but like I say, it just showed you what was going to come on the PlayStation and what the power of the machine actually had.
Okay, so we've just been checking out the Fred, the dinosaur, on the PlayStation 1 demo disc. What are we looking at now, Colin?
We're going to be looking at a bit of software for the PlayStation.
Software?
Yeah, a bit of software on the PlayStation called Music. So let's take a look. So this was developed by Jester Interactive, is their logo coming up now, and published by Codemasters in 1998. It was also officially endorsed by Judge Jules, and did well in the magazine reviews, with the official PlayStation magazine giving it 9 out of 10, and PlayStation Power gave it 92%, saying it was a stunner.
Wow. It's very multilingual.
Yeah, that's a long word.
That is, yeah.
But so this was basically a bit of software that they sort of similar things were out on the PC and that at the time, where you used sort of MIDI clips or
so samples
basically. Yes, yeah. So if you can see, we're going through the ambient selection now. And there were several, I can't remember how many there was, but we'll just flip through them all quickly. There's drum and bass just gone through his house.
So is this like backing sounds or?
Yeah, it's all sort of the sounds that you can use to build up your track. Techno.
Doesn't really make it very clear, does it, what you're doing to start with?
No,
I guess you've just got to play around with it.
That's it. I've used it quite a bit back in the day, so I remember all this. We're on trip hop now. So we're back to ambient, but I think I'm going to make, let's go for a drum and bass track.
Okay, sounds good.
Don't really know much about drum and bass. So,
okay, let's see how this works out.
Yeah, let's try some of these sounds out. I'm going to go for a drum loop to begin with. That was alright. Chunk 2.
So do you get any control over the speed or anything like that?
I think you can. You can actually make up your own instruments somehow. It's all a bit too technical. I can't remember how to do that now. Let's try mostly kick. Let's see which else. Just going to put a couple of these in. So I've gone for mostly kick 2. And you'll see how you build this up just by placing them in. And then press play. So that's our drum track already all set up.
Do you remember Mario Paint on the SNES?
Not properly. Was it similar?
Because that had a music version that's similar to this.
Alright.
Where you put little icons in order.
So I'm just going to quickly choose a bass line and put that in. Oh, quite like that one. It's like different version, verb 1 and verb 2, verb end 1 and verb end 2. So I'm just going to put verb end 1 in here and just miss one out every now and then. And I can stick in verb end 1 just in between it, and we'll give that a play and see what that sounds like. So you see how easy it is to sort of build up your track. I'm just going to carry on mess around and build up the track. And I think you've got a bit more information on this, is that right, James?
Yeah, I got a little bit of info. It says that you have 850 pre-recorded musical riffs on the library on this game. So there's plenty to choose from, and the game goes on about how the audio is CD quality. So that's good to know. You know, that's a big selling point because you don't want to have rubbish sound. There's also 3,000 sampled instruments, so plenty to choose from there. There's all different kinds of instruments, everything you can think of on there. One of the important things really about this game was you didn't want to make your tune and then you lose it forever. You need to somehow kind of save it somewhere. So there's an option on this to save it to your memory card. So you can sit away in your bedroom making your music and then save it to your memory card. And then when you've got your friends round, you can play the tune back to them.
So I think I'm nearly there now. I think I just might put in some sort of voice, and I think we've got a little drum and bass tracks all done. So let's just try some rapping or something like that.
You can add visuals as well to this.
That's right, yeah.
There's loads of options for shapes and things that you can have spinning and.
Yeah, so you can do your own little Lightroom sort of light show in your bedroom, you know. So let's just stick in a couple of voices. Going for the gravity voices.
Okay. Watch out, Judge Jules. We're coming for you.
Don't think he needs to worry just yet.
No.
Is he still about?
Yeah, he's still about.
Is he? I remember he used to be on Radio 1 at one point.
think this needs a little bit more work.
Well, it's just a little demo, show you how it works.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And there's just, it goes on and on these tracks. There's 16 different tracks
You can add
do,
loads of stuff.
and you can speed it up and slow it down. I think there at the bottom, if I'm right. So you could really make a really advanced sort of song on something that was about in 1998, as I said. So yeah. So do you remember music, guys? If you remember it, you've got something to say about it, just drop a comment in the comments box.
So what are we asking now, Colin?
We're asking, do you remember the Galaxian or Galaga style loading game that was on some original PlayStation Namco games?
Yeah, I remember this. This was on Tekken and Ridge Racer.
That's right, it's on Ridge Racer. There's a bit of an urban legend. I don't know if it's true, but apparently if you shot all the aliens on Ridge Racer, then you got an extra game once the game, extra car, once the game loaded.
That sounds cool. I think, didn't early Commodore 64, wasn't there some...
That's right, there was something on the Commodore 64 called Invader Load, which was basically like that, but with Space Invaders. So that's game over for another episode.
Yes, thanks for watching. Do you remember the Dinosaur Tech demo? Do you remember the Namco Galaxian loader? If you do, leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I've been Colin.
And I've been James.
And as always,
keep it retro.